Hey Internet, Rainy Brain here, and today I'm making an ATC with this book page. So I got this book page from a book about fixing TVs or something like that. There's a lot of diagrams in it with wires and setups and stuff, so I thought it would make a really interesting ATC card. So I'm just gluing the section of the page that I like onto my ATC base, and can you guess what kind of cereal box it's from? So just cutting it out so it fits the card. Cut, cut, cut. Cut, 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 cut. And cut, 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 cut. Cut, 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 cut it off. There we go. Get all this extra stuff out of the way. And there is the base of my card. I have this little Inkers black stamp pad that I'm using for the border. It's a really wet ink, so it makes a thicker border than most of my stamp pads do. Also, the sponge on it is a lot spongier than the other ink pads, so that definitely adds to the thickness of the border. And because it's a very wet ink, I should have let it dry, but I tried to work carefully around it, and I did end up smudging it down by my left thumb. You'll see that in a second. But for the card, I think it works, so I left it and kept going. And there I am using my gold paint pen to go over some of these wire diagram lines. I thought it would add a nice touch. And then I have these little metal embellishments. I can't remember where I got them from or what company made them, but they're just kind of neat little squares with holes poked around them. So I'm just playing around with the placement. And then I come back in with the gold paint pen to do one more line in gold. I didn't want to do all the lines in gold. I wanted to leave a few of them still black. And then I used my industrial strength E6000 glue to attach my embellishments. And then I also had these little gears that I've used in another ATC that I wanted to also use on this one. Kind of like the copper, gold, and silver all together on the same card. And again with my E6000, stick them all on. The smallest gear was the hardest to do because the glue wants to come out a lot more than what I needed, but I managed to get it on there pretty well without getting too much on the card. And then after I stick all of these on, I'm going to come through with my pointy skewer. Again, you could also use a toothpick for this, but it just helps get the extra glue off of the paper and off of the embellishments. And so really it's best to get the glue off the paper as fast as you can, but when the glue is on something like the metal embellishments I used, it's better to let it dry a little bit more. I ended up smearing it around a lot in my haste to get it looking camera perfect. And then I took a smaller box square thing and put it on top of the larger one to add more of a 3D look. And then I tried to get more of that glue off of the gear using friction. And I did eventually get it looking nicer than it is now. So just doing some final cleanup work and straightening the squares that got skewed while the glue is still wet. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!